beauty of Lord Shiva is he is more in tune with nature. As I said earlier, we have two great gods, Mahavishnu and Mahadev. When you come to Mahadev, he put some good perfume, he put some nice dress, he put crown, he put a peacock on the crown, like that he is always with beautiful things. But Lord Shiva, he keeps some snake on his head and body. He is using the skin of the animal. He put the holy ash on his body. And it is a typical tradition that the people who are following the Shiva tradition on the Mahashivaratri day, they will make some medicated ash, holy ash to put their body. So the speciality of Lord Shiva is he is always unattached to the other things, like all the attractive things people are running. He is simply like a wooden piece floating on the sea, which goes right and left, back and front, doesn't care where it is going. So he don't mind whether you are saying good things, bad things. So comparing with Lord Vishnu, the beauty of Lord Shiva, he is sleeping in cremation place, where Lord Vishnu is sleeping on a beautiful bed with the beautiful snakes. His wife is a very loyal wife, always massaging the leg, sitting near his feet. Many people to fan him, many people to play music, like that. He is leading a very luxurious life. Whereas Lord Shiva is happy what the nature gives to him. He is not putting any effort to get something. At the same time, he is not rejecting anything also. So what the nature brings, he accepts. So he is not putting any effort. So a real God, according to the criteria, he is a man who understood what is effortless effort, or what is the soundless sound, what is the pathless path, or the ultimate meditation. That is one way, and India has unlimited amount of meditation techniques, and most of the useful techniques is coming from Shaivism in the Tantra text. Another beauty is that we consider our human being as a very short time. You may live up to 80 years. In that 80 years, at least 1/3 of your life, you will be sleeping. And again, another 1/3 will be on your youthfulness and old age as a child. So what a human being basically living is maybe 20-25 years. And in that 25 years, what average human beings can do is comparatively very small. When you are a youth, you are interested, you are running behind a woman or a man. When you marry, you are running behind a job. When you get a job, having children, you are running behind to make a house. And when you made a house, you wanted to decide to rest. And at that time, you find you are good for nothing. You become a useless, inefficient product. So the Shaivism found that the human life is quite small. So to overcome this problem, Shaivism found two paths. One is to get the help of medication in order to go to meditation. So with the help of medication, one can still the mind and kill the mind and go beyond the mind. That is one path which comes in the Siddha Shaivism. For that they have implemented a systematic program called Panchashuddhi. Panchashuddhi, that means you have to purify your body completely. If you wanted to paint on the stick, if it is wet, you have to remove the water. If it is dusty, you have to remove the dust, then only you can. So in the path of medication, you have to take some medicine. But once the medicine goes to your system, the system should be ready to accept that. So in order to make it an exception, you'll have to clean your vital organs. And once all the gates are open, all the resistance are removed, all the toxins are removed, you take the paint and apply the paint, it will be sticking to that nicely. Otherwise, whatever costly paint, even if you make gold mixed with something and want to paint on something, if it is dusty, it is not going to catch it. So in the path of medication in Shaiva order, you will have to go through this Panchashuddhi method, and then you will have to take a medicine called the medicine of Kalpa. Kalpa means that which will make you to go beyond a certain time. So it is very secret, sacred medicine, which is not easy to find somebody who can do the real Kalpa medicine. And there may be difficulty to find somebody who can really eat that medicine also, because you have to go through some systematic training. In that training, you'll have to do some very difficult process. So that is one path, and the second path is to make you deathless. So for that also we have a special path, which is basically explained by the great master Tirumula, who wrote a very famous Shaiva text called Tirumantra. So what Lord Shiva wants to teach that if you do not experience the beautiful, the creamiest part of human life, we don't know whether some life exists after the death. Now maybe some people know that there is a yoga teacher in Netherlands named Micah. Maybe after 150 years somebody come and do you know Micah? Many experts went to some countries like asked what is Socrates? Socrates. So people said it is a good branded alcohol. And some people went to the birthplace of Aristotle. They said, what is Aristotle? It is the name of a suitcase company. So nobody knows Aristotle, Plato, even though they were influenced. Once upon a time, they were deleted from the history. So if such great people like Aristotle and Plato, nobody knows, what about a Swami who lives in the beach? What about a woman who knows something yoga and Ayurveda named Micah? So, in order to overcome this problem, Lord Shiva, in a systematic manner, introducing some plans. The beauty of Tamil Shaivism or the Dravidian culture, it doesn't have philosophy. It is not interested to speak through a musical and magical hollow words. which looks like something, but in the end it will be nothing, just the beauty inside you don't find it. So when you come to the Tamil Kalari also, it is not interested to teach something which is an art form, maybe interested, but which doesn't give some real effect. So like that, the Dravidian culture is not interested to speak philosophy, it is interested to teach something useful and practical. So the practical things in Indian culture you will find more connected with Lord Shiva, it is less connected with the Vaishnava order. So that is the beauty in Shaivism, and many great sages has influenced the Indian culture with Shaivism than Vaishnavism also. Even though we respect the taste, uniqueness of people, an average person who is a limited intelligence like me, if they go to higher philosophy, they are not going to get any benefit. They will get some empty words, they will get some peripheral help, but it doesn't have the courage or the stuff to make some inner change in you. So that is the speciality of the Shaiva order. Like that, many things are there. So in Hinduism, we consider Lord Shiva as the first great master. Sadashiva Samarambham Asmadacharya Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Viryandam Vande Guru Parabara. Among the order of the Guru, we consider Lord Shiva as the one, and the another man born in this land named Shankaracharya, who put his tiny feet in this area, and these two are considered to be the great gurus. So if you go to the temple, we are not allowed to run fastly from the temple, because this is the place where great feats once upon a time fall. And who knows that maybe a small sand touch on his feet can be struck to something. And it is like a touchstone. If you touch something with a touchstone, anything will become gold. It has the power of the alchemy to transform a base metal into gold. So our people will say, when you go to a temple, don't be in fast. Be there. Go with the bare feet. If that sand touches on you, it can transform you so powerfully. When Lord Rama was walking, a small sand from his feet just sprinkled and touched on a rock, and a beautiful woman came out of, named Ahalya. So Shiva got a curse and she became a stone, and just a small sand touched the stone, it came out. And afterward, Lord Rama wanted to cross a river. He was going to enter the boat. The boatman said, "Stop." He took the feet and wanted to remove the shoes and remove the sands. He said that means one sand, when it touched the rock, a beautiful woman came. And I don't know whether another sand touched my boat. This boat may become a beautiful woman or a man. I lost my breath if it happens. So we don't know actually like which great people's sand falls on it. One of the greatest temple of India is known as the Balaji temple of Tirupati. And all the people are happy to keep the offering on their body, believing that they will be protected by the god. But the god wanted to keep something like we. Every day, the main priest collect the dust where the people are walking, and they powder it And where the devotees are walking, the god want to have a taste out of that. So it is a tradition that whenever you go to a temple, don't go away very fast. And go with bare feet, who knows that? It can happen. There was a man who got a copper leaf. Olden time, we used to write text on palm leaf. We do a small chemical process, and with a sharp tool you can write on the palm leaf, and which can go easily 400, 500 years. If you do some occasional process, it will go on, but paper can stay maybe 50 years hardly. After that it will start to break it. And some people used to write on the copper leaf. Some rich people even write on the golden sheets also. There is a very famous work of Shiva's. Is written completely, all the songs are written on golden sheets named Tiruvajam. So a man accidentally got a copper leaf walking to a temple, and he read that with a lens, and he found that there is a secret place, a sacred river is flowing, and if you go and search certain area, you get a stone, a touchstone. And when you get that stone, touch anything with that touchstone, it will become gold. So he sold all his property. With the money, he started to travel to that area in Nepal. We have a very special river called the river Gandaki. And if you go to Gandaki river, you will find some stones. And out of millions of stones, if you break a particular stone, if you break, you can see the drawing of Shivalinga. But for that, you may have to find millions of stones. Very rarely it happens. Extremely lucky people get it, or some people, I heard that they know what is inside that. I don't know. So this man was going to such area and started to find this stone. If you take that stone, this stone will be little warm. Little bit warmer than the other stone. So he started to look. Days, months, years passed. So he was keep on searching. The time was going. So he stood, because certain area he take a stone, touches and throw, touches and throw, touches and throw. He was, in the end, he became so impatient. And after many years, testing many millions of stones, accidentally the real stone came. But out of his bad practice, before he threw to the river, he come to know it was that. And it is a river which is going very deep. So once in a while, there is a chance to meet or get some touchstones. But out of our bad habits, we miss it. So sometimes the triggering can happen anywhere. The great sage of India, there was one man, he became a great sage. And many people were coming to him, and he went to one area and a woman touched the feet. Say that, sir, can you just tell how you became a great yogi like this? Because now you have big ashrams, big number of devotees, and whatever you are thinking, speaking is happening. You are such a great man. Can you tell the secret? Can you just tell from how the triggering happened? Can you just tell which was the turning point in you? He said, darling, you don't know me? I was your husband. 36 years before I was your husband. I was sleeping, I was fond of sleep. Like Ray, he said, I also was fond of sleep. And the woman every day come and ask you to get up, and that day woman said, don't you think that you have to awake? It is late to awake. And he was thinking, she is not mentioning this awakening, that awakening, and that words went like an arrow to my heart, and that day I left. So it is because of that words, my third eye was open. My extraordinary gate was open through you. So sometimes even some simple words from the wife to wake up. So we don't know from where we are going to get the triggering. And so once the triggering happens, it is like an alchemy. The base metal can turn into gold at any time. So this is actually a very holy land because of the great Acharya of India called Shankaracharya, who played with his holy feet on this area, and somehow we had the luck. But we don't know the holiness of this area. We are some average idiots who don't know really the value of these things. But sometimes, somewhere in our life, we don't know, some memories or some inspiration, something which we get from here can light your lamp. So with the expectation of that, we got at least the chance to touch the Holy Land, and with that memory, we can try to go to our ashram. Dosha is waiting. We eat the dosha. This is the message for Shivaratri. Thank you.
Thank you, Swami. Thank you. So somebody must have me together. I tell you, I won't be able to.
Your feet are frozen.
Yes. Come, crazy man. Get me out. Oh, thank you. Wait, I must just...
And we strongly believe that there should be as much as religions, as much as God, according to the number of people, their taste will be different. So you can see unlimited amount of gods exist in Hinduism. Two gods has the chance to be known as the great god, and in our language we use for the great is Maha. So this surname comes to Lord Vishnu as Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva as Mahadev. No other gods has the surname like this, and the day of Lord Shiva only has the surname again, Mahashivaratri. In Hinduism, in order to call a god as a great god, we need some criteria that there should be a date of birth. Like Jesus, you can see he has a date of birth. Like Krishna, he has a date of birth. And the moment date of birth comes, naturally the date of death also will come. So anything born will die. So anything with a date of birth, usually a date of death also will happen. So in order to call as a god, he should not born, he should not die. If he born and if he die, he is a god, but he is not a great god like Mahadev or Mahavishnu. The beauty of Mahadev is in the history of Indian, there occurred a chance the gods got a curse. They all lost their youthfulness. In order to regain the youthfulness, the great sage who cursed said you will have to chain the river of the sea of milk, and you will have to chain, and the nectar will come, and if you drink the nectar you will regain the lost youth. And while chaining the ocean of milk, many good things comes. As you know, people are always interested in attractive things, beautiful thing, a beautiful woman, a beautiful man, beautiful elephants, different beautiful things. Many people jumped, I want. So Mahavishnu got his wife, the king of Devas called Devendra. He got the elephant called Airavat. So many things, good things were coming, people were jumping to get things, and in certain moment, strong poison named Hala came. And at that time, if it falls on the ground, the whole beings in the earth will be poisoned and killed. So there was nobody to receive that bad thing. All the gods were started to run away. That was the time Mahadev came, and he, with his both hands, collected the poison and he drank the poison. And he was drinking the poison in the Shivaratri day. And it is a tradition in the Ayurveda has 8 divisions. One division is known as Agada Tantra, in which the poison healing is coming. And if you go to a poison healer of Ayurveda, he will give medicine and he will ask you not to sleep in the night, because sometimes you will be sleeping and you can get killed, because we don't know when he is skipping out of his consciousness whether he is sleeping. So it is a custom. Some people stay with him, tell something or keep him awake, and the moment he become unconscious or something, they will have to give some other medicine. So Lord Shiva drank the poison, and somebody said to his wife Parvati, hey, didn't you know that your husband drank the poison? And Parvati came and catched the neck of Lord Shiva in order to prevent it. But if he spit, it fall to the ground and it can kill all. So Deva started to close the mouth. So that day it was going on, and all the Devas were praying, and that is the day of Lord Shiva, and that day is called Mahashivaratri. So the beauty of Lord Shiva is one second. Namaskaram. Soul can be different. And we strongly believe that there should be as much as religions, as much as God, according to the number of people, their taste will be different. So you can see unlimited amount of gods exist in Hinduism. 2 gods has the chance to be known as the great god, and in our language we use for the great is Maha. So this surname comes to Lord Vishnu as Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva as Mahadev. No other gods has the surname like this, and the day of Lord Shiva only has the surname again, Mahashivaratri. In Hinduism, in order to call a god as a great god, we need some criteria that there should be a date of birth. Like Jesus, you can see he has a date of birth. Like Krishna, he has a date of birth. And the moment date of birth comes, naturally the date of death also will come. So anything born will die. So anything with the date of birth, usually a date of death also will happen. So in order to call as a god, he should not born, he should not die. If he born and if he die, he is a god, but he is not a great god like Mahadev or Mahavishnu. The beauty of Mahadev is in the history of Indian. There occurred a chance the gods got a curse. They all lost their youthfulness. In order to regain the youthfulness, the great sage who cursed said you will have to chain the river of the sea of milk, and you will have to chain, and the nectar will come, and if you bring the nectar you will regain the lost youth. And while chaining the ocean of milk, many good things comes. As you know, people are always interested in attractive things, beautiful thing, a beautiful woman, a beautiful man, beautiful elephants, different beautiful things. Many people jumped, I want. So Mahavishnu got his